ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासुदेव गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्यस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 30, verse number 29. This is a description of search of Sri Krishna by the gopis, and in the previous verse we read how they spotted the footprints of Krishna, and then they saw that he is with another woman. Anaya radhito nunam bhagavan haririsa ishvara yanno vihaya govinda prito yamanayadraha. So they realized that somebody is very much pleased Krishna, so much that he is under her control. Therefore, leaving all of us, he has gone to a solitary place. So in Bhagavatam, this is important verse because it speaks about Radha, of course, and then it's also to establish the supremacy of Radha among all the gopis. So earlier we read how Brahma was brought down and then he praised the Vrajvasis and said that it would be great fortune if you could take birth here in some creeper, Gulmalata kimapi, Katmo Angri, Rajobhishekam, that the dust from their feet can fall on my head. So that was praise of Vrajvasis in general. Esham Ghosh Nivasinam Bhavan Kim Devaratetina. Then we have Uddhava, which comes later, of course. So among the Vrajvasis, he praises the gopis. So, Etam Param Tanubhritam Gopavadho Govinda Eva Kilatmani Ruda Bhava. So among the Vrajvasis, all the gopis are supreme devotees. And among the gopis, here we see that it is Srimati Radha. So this is one of the important subject of Bhagavatam, to establish Radha or to establish devotion, Uttama Bhakti, because she is the topmost personification of the Uttama Bhakti. So that's the underlying message of this description. Sailesh-ji, you have some question?
The question is about Shloka 28 of Bhagavan. So according to the commentary, I understood this is a reference to Narayana, not to Krishna himself. I was wondering why is he interpreting like this? Because the entire discussion here is of the pastime between Krishna and Radha, and he is Bhagavan as well.
Basically to show that Srimati Radharani controls Bhagavan, because people think Narayan is Bhagavan. So it's just to show how great she is, that he is controlling Bhagavan, Hari, Ishvara and then Govinda. Means in case somebody has any doubt that she is only controlling Gopal, Krishna. Yeah, we can say, well, he is Gopal, what about Narayan? Because people think Narayan is Bhagavan. So that's why he interprets it like that.
Regarding the last classes, there we learned about the identification that the gopis have with Krishna. When they're so identified, they don't even enact his pastimes. And the gopi was saying, Krishnoham pashyami. So I was wondering, is this the example or illustration in Bhagavatam for the Prema Vilas Vivarta that we heard in Chaitanya Charitamrita in the Ramananda Samvad, or is this a different concept? I'm asking because in the Ramananda Samvad, where this comes up, there he speaks about, there he has already established the supremacy of Sri Radha, and then speaks about the specific prema between Radha and Krishna. And now, here, what these gopis, they are not Radha, but still they're identifying so intensely with Krishna that they even, they think they are Krishna. So I'm wondering...
so how does he define their Prem Vilas Vivarta?
I don't remember. But I remember that, there was this mystical darshan that Ramananda got, where he saw that both were kind of one, and... But okay, maybe I check again.
Unless you have the exact definition. I mean, there is prem vachiti, but that's when you feel separation and union. It is also vivarta. I also don't remember the exact definition of prem vilas vivarta. Anybody expert here? Maybe you can check. Because vivarta simply means something which appears different. That's what it means. It may have a specific meaning. So if it is vivarta in that sense that they are thinking they are Krishna, that is vivarta. Like seeing a rope or snake, that is called vivarta. So in that sense, it is vivarta of prem. Anything else? Yeah.
Yes, Babaji, I just was hearing the description of the feet of both of them, and I see that there are some meanings in some of the marks that left. Where we can find those meanings in Shastra or in what?
Where you can find, because they're supposed to be in Padma Purana and Skanda Purana, but at least the editions which I have, I don't find them. So I don't know.
Because, for example, when they was talking about this rose apple, my country is full of those rose apples, and I remember when I was child taking them, so I can understand they are very astringent and they have very a lot of qualities like astringent. So he was telling that help in diabetes and all of these things. So there are other signs there that I am very curious to understand what it means. Actually, Canto was telling, for example, the fish, what the fish means. Fish can mean many things, but where we can find those meanings will be.
Yeah, I mean, I was just guessing that fish means love, because it is one of the sign of Kamadev. It's called Makaradhwaj.
It's not really a fish, it's a mackerel. It's an animal, half dolphin, half crocodile.
Dolphin, yeah.
Some aquatic. Because water is also related with emotions. And fish is within that. She lives in emotion only. She cannot live without water. Right? They say fish without water. So that's what I thought.
Okay, thank you.
Malati?
Babaji, if you remember, Navadvip Prabhu has written an article about Prema Vivarta, and he explains the word and gives the meanings there in that article. And it's based on Chaitanya Charitamrita 2.8.150. So if I could read a few lines of the meaning, or people can just read it.
No, you can read.
He says, consequently, the word Vivarta is understood to have three meanings, namely inverted, Viparita or inversion, Vaiparitva, completely evolved, Paripaka, or complete evolution, Parikavata, and perplexity, Brahma, or confusion, Bhranti. In the context of the analysis of the term Prema Vilasa Vivarta, these three meanings all have utility and significance. Among the three meanings, the sense of the word Vivarta as completely evolved, Paripaka, certainly carries the primary mukhya utility and significance. The meanings of Vivarta as inverted and as perplexed carry concomitant utility and significance. They are internal symptoms or indicators of the primary meaning as completely evolved. The meaning of Paripaka is thus the whole, Angi, of which Viparita and Brahma are its component parts, Anga.
Anyway, at least one of the meaning of Vivarta also says means confusion, which basically means considering yourself what you are not. So therefore it can be this state of Anumada. Okay. So verse 29, Dhanya homi alyo govindam ghriya abjarena vaha yan brahmesho rama devi dadhur murdhanya ghanuttaye. So now some gopis, the previous one were talking about the greatness of this gopi who has taken Krishna away or whom Krishna has taken away. And now there is a big contrast to that. Nothing about gopi, nothing about Krishna. It says just these dhanya hoami alyo govinda angri abjarena, that this dust which has touched Krishna's feet is highly fortunate. Why? Because even Brahma, Shiva and Lakshmi, they put it on their head to remove their agha. Agha generally means sin, but here it means sense of separation, because Lakshmi has no sin, nor Shiva nor Brahma. So the meaning is that they all have separation from Krishna, they cannot have union with him. And just by taking the dust that has touched Krishna's feet, they feel blessed in that. So they are saying that this dust is fortunate, but we are not fortunate because we are still searching for Krishna, and we cannot be just pleased by this dust. They are satisfied. So our suffering from separation continues. So tatastha pakshatu tatra anavdhanaha Krishna padani eva alakshya ahu dhanya iti. So then there are tatastha gopis. So they are not paying attention to the footprints of Radha. That is the meaning of tatastha. They are indifferent. Means they are only looking at Krishna's feet. Radha is there or not there, that's all right. So therefore they point to the footprints of Krishna and say Dhanya iti. Brahmadya aghanuttaye vichcheda dukkha apnodaya. So Brahma, Shiva and Lakshmi, they take this on their head, yan murdhano dadhur. Why do they do that? Vichcheda dukkha apnodanaya. To get rid of their misery of separation from Krishna. So iti aparanne gosth agaman samaye Krishna sahachara balakaihi pratyaham te swargad avruhya Krishna pada dhuli grahino drishyante. So when do they do this? Do they really do it, or is just a saying? So it says in the afternoon or in the evening when Krishna takes the cows to Goshtha, to Vraja, along with his friends, then they come down from the Swarga, from higher planets, and then they take the dust and then they go back. So Krishna pada dhuli grahino drishyante yad vakshate. Why is he giving this commentary? Because later on it will come, 35th chapter, when they are going to sing this Venu Geet. So Vandamana Charanapathi Vriddhai, that his feet are worshipped on the path by the Vriddhas, by the great people. So Vriddha here is applying on Brahma, etc. Because they are Vriddha. Vriddha also means old. They are very old, right? Brahma is old, Shiva is old, Lakshmi is the oldest. They look young, but they are old. So iti vandinas tamupdeva ganaye. And then there is a statement that Devgana, the Devas, they pay respect to him. But we don't take it. Why is that we are not taking it? We are also feeling the separation, suffering. So we should also do that. It says, Lajja vayam tu lajjaya eva yadhartum na saknuma. Teneva etavad agham prapnuma. But out of shyness we don't do it. And that's why we are not getting rid of our separation. If we can take the dust, then our separation will also be removed. So that's the commentary.
Bhagavad, quick question. Is it a tavat agam or tavat agam? It should be agam, isn't it? Saknuma teneva tavad agam prapnuma?
Agam.
Agama. It's a mistake here, and it's a dumb mistake. Okay, thank you.
Because they are still suffering. Now there are other gopis who are unhappy by seeing this. Some gopis are also jealous, belong to the opponent Chandravali camp.
Vipaksha.
So they are Pratipaksha or Vipaksha. So they are upset. Tasya muni na kshobham kurvanti uchchai padani yat yeka parhitya gopinam raho bhunkte chutadharam. He says that these footprints of that gopi is giving us intense pain. Uchchai kshobham kurvanti padani, amuni padani. Why? Because Krishna has left all of us, aparhitya gopinam, ekaraho bhunkte, and she alone is drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips, which is also our property. So like they will talk like this about the flute also, that this flute is always drinking Krishna's nectar from his lips, and it is our property. And here now this gopi has taken Krishna away and enjoying with him, and we are just wandering in the forest. So this is the Pratipaksha. So Pratipaksha Sakhyahu Tasya iti Uchchai Janayanti. So this is giving us high pain, heavy, intense pain. So the reason is given then. Gopinam sarvasam eva asmakam bhogyam achyutadharam ekam eva rahas choritva bhunkte. That this nectar belongs to all of us, and she has stolen it and only herself drinking. Like if something is cooked in the kitchen, some sweet, and then someone goes and takes everything and runs to the room, and then the cook comes and the sweet is missing. It used to happen. I experienced it. So he says like this, rahas choritva bhunkte, so she is enjoying it alone. So taya eva kaminya kenapi karmana enam vashikritya asman premvati tyajitva krishna etavad duram anitam. So he says that this gopi is very kamini, very lusty, very possessive, and therefore she has somehow controlled him by some act. kenapi karmana, some words, some action, some gesture. Somehow she has controlled him, and therefore Krishna has left all of us who love him. So they are saying to themselves as Premavati, full of prema, and this gopi is Kamani. She is only lusty. Because that is the difference between prema and kama. Kama means for yourself, self-centered. Prema means Krishna-centered. So therefore they are saying that we should all share because we are all beloveds, but she is only taking it for herself, therefore she is Kamani. It's not fair. So then some other group of the gopis speaks. Na lakshante padanyatra tasyanunam trinankuraihi kidyat sujat angri talam unninye preyasim priyaha. So when they were walking and seeing the footprints and following, then they saw suddenly that they only saw now Krishna's footprint. So na lakshante padani atra tasya. That now see, we don't see her footprints. So why is that? So they are very good detectives. Immediately they know the reason. He says the reason is that Krishna does not want that her feet are hurt by the shrubs or the grass. Therefore he has lifted her up in her arms and carrying her. So preyasim priya unninye. That Priya, the lover, has lifted the preyasi, the beloved. They are not saying here Kamini, but preyasi, because for Krishna she is preyasi. So this is what their guess is. So bho matsar maharog grasta ma khidyata natra tasya padani santi. So when these other gopis were feeling jealous, then some other gopis said, "Oh, you sick with jealousy." So matsar maharog grasta, because this matsarta is the big problem in bhakti. Jealousy is the big obstacle on the path of bhakti. Therefore it was said in the early, very second verse, nirmatsaranam satam. So bhakti is only for nirmatsar people, not those who are. So this matsarta is there among the gopis also. But their matsarta is different. So don't take this as a license to be jealous. This is not for you. So he says that you are all sick, completely sick, with the disease of jealousy. And therefore now be happy because we don't see her footprints. Because you are unhappy seeing the footprints, right? So now the footprints are not seen, so you should be happy. So ma khidyata, don't feel pain. Natra tasya padani santi, because now we don't see the footprints. So when they were speaking like this, that tasyaha priya sakhya ahu nahiti. So then the priya sakhis of Radha, they spoke, naiti. Ta pratyeva saharsam saharsa apangamanya sakhyo nichai savitarkam ahu. So when this said like this, then other Sakhi who spoke with her eyes down, that we don't understand what is the sense. If I tell this to them, they will become more jealous. So I'm only telling to you. He says the reason for not being footprint does not mean that she is not there. It's because he has lifted her up. But I don't want this to tell to these other ones who are full of jealousy. Then they will become more jealous. So therefore happily she is saying to them, Unninye bhujabhyam udgriya swavaksham aroha masa. So he lifted her up in her arms and put on his chest. Yatah prayasim. Why? Because she is her beloved. Ati priti vishyatvat. Because he has so much love and she also has so much love. So because of that, tat charan tal khedasya asahiyatvat. So therefore, because Krishna loves her very much, he cannot tolerate that her feet are hurt by the grass, which will prick, especially if there is a kusha grass. Have you seen kusha grass? It's like a needle. It will cut. That's why those people who are expert are called kushala. Kushala means that they can bring kusha grass without cutting their hands. Because there is one Amavasya, comes in Shravan, month of Shravan, that is called Kushautpatani Amavasya. Amavasya is no moon day. So that day, Dvijas, Brahmanas, they go and collect kusha grass. Because kusha is very much used in the worship, puja, yajna, everywhere. You make that kind of ring. It's called pavitri, and you put it on your finger when you do the yajna. So kusha is very auspicious. It's also spread. You also make this mat and kusha grass, keeping the, and you have to get it with the roots. That's why it is tricky. And you have to keep the root to the north side or the east when you sit on it. So there may be kusha grass in Vrindavan also that will hurt. So therefore Krishna did not want. So you see how caring he is. This is what it means, love. Love means care. Love does not mean that you just want other person to take care of you. Love means you want to take care. You want to serve, you want to please, you want to do everything. So Krishna is teaching this. He is not just Bhagavan that who takes worship. He is also Bhagavan Bhaktiman. He is also the devotee of his devotee. Naham atmanam asase. Mad bhakta says, I don't want to exist without my devotees. He does not desire that. Because what is the life without people who love you and whom you love? That's why Brahman realization is not attractive. Sarupya, Salokya, all this devotees don't want. Deyamanam apina grananti, minamat sevanam. Seva is life. Pleasure is only in doing seva. So Krishna also does that. He's doing. So in dance also we saw that it will come, he will wipe their faces when they are having sweat with his own cloth. So ati priti vishyatvat. This is priti. Priti means that is the life. and that gives life. Otherwise there is no life. So, who will live without love? Kohi eva pranyat yadi eva akasho nasyat. Upanishad. Rasam hi eva labdhva anandi bhavati. Ananda comes from priti. That is the real ananda. So ati priti vishyatvat tat charan talak khedasya ashatvat. So she did not tell this to him. It's not that Srimati Radharani said, "Oh, I'm feeling pain in my feet. Please lift me up." She did not say that. It is he who is so thoughtful. Who will be thoughtful like this? If a young boy is in the company of a young girl and they are alone in a lonely place, then he is only thinking of his enjoyment. He is not thinking what is problem with her. That's why so many problems in the relations. Because people are just selfish, they are only for their own pleasure. They don't care for the other person. So here it is being shown. So, charanatal khedasya asahyatvat. Not only that, he could not tolerate it. One is that, okay, you are smart, you are intelligent, you can think, well, I should do this. No, he was feeling himself. This is the empathy. Krishna was, who says that samoham sarvbhutesu name dvesha asti na priya. He says, I am equal to everybody, nobody is dear to me, nobody is hateful. I don't love anyone and I don't care, I am indifferent. He is being so careful that he says he could not tolerate this, that she is walking. Although there may be nothing, but still maybe something can hurt her feet. So this is called priti, priya, prayasi. So here khalu tat sakhinam ubhay vidam sukham. So he says that, you see, Krishna is making both parties happy. This is a very interesting comment. That those who are jealous, they became happy that, oh, now we don't see the feet. Means he has dropped her somewhere. Right? So jealous people are also happy when they see someone else is not getting. This is their pleasure. And those who are sapakshas, those who are belonging to their group, they are happy that, look, how much our Srimati Radharani is being taken care of by Krishna. So they feel happy. So both sides. It is very difficult to satisfy two opposite parties. But here both got satisfied. So he says this. So here kalu tat sakhinam ubhay vidam sukham. So he says the sakhis both are happy. Tasyas tadris saubhagya darshanottham vipakshanam tadris dukkha darshanottham chaiti. Those who are priya sakhis, they are happy because Sri Krishna is taking so much loving care, not just care, but care with love. So they are very happy. And the other ones, they are very happy, oh, now she must be suffering. Like us, that he has dropped her also. So then they are happy to see her suffering. Imagining that she must be suffering, so they are very happy. So this is what jealousy does. Jealous people try to create trouble for others, and their pleasure is only when the other person gets into trouble. This is also life. This is also one type of happiness. So this is also being taught here for sadhakas not to do that. Because sadhakas also have problems like this. So imani adhika magnani padani vahto vadhum gopya pashyata krishnasya bharakrantasya kaminah atravropita kanta pushpahetor mahatmana. Now they saw something more. They walked further down, and then suddenly the opponent gopis also paid attention, and they says, "Oh, here Krishna's feet are dipped into the ground. Previously they only saw Krishna's footprints and not Radha's, so they were happy. But now they are observing more carefully." And they saw that they are very deep. So why is this? That means he is carrying her. Vahato vadhum gopya pashyata krishnasya bharakrantasya kamina. He said, just see at this lusty fellow. They're calling him as Kamina. Kamina. Bharakranta. He is having a big load. Radharani was not light. She is eating butter every day. Right? So it's not that she is on diet or something. Butter in the morning and then ghee at lunch and dinner. Everything cooked in ghee. She is quite plump. So he is to do weightlifting. Yeah, bhara means weight. So he says he is bharakrantasya kamina. So obviously there must be heavy weight, that foot is going down into the sand. You can try it. How much weight? If you take just 10 kg weight in your hand, you think your foot is going to dip deeper? No. It has to be much more. So you can do experiment and see how heavy she is. So bharakrantasya kamine gopya pashyate. And then they saw something more, that now Krishna put her down. And why? Because she wanted to pluck flowers to decorate her. Atra avropita kanta pushpahetor mahatmana. That this Mahatma, this great person, Krishna, has put her down for the sake of flowers. So bho asamiksha bhashinya ma khidyata iti kim brudhve tatpadanam darshanadapi adarshanam ati dukkhakaram asmat prananam adarshanam sambhavyati dotyanta pratipakshahu. So then they said that, oh, friends who are just talking without thinking properly, don't be in pain. What are you doing? What are you saying? Tat padanam darshanad api adarshanam ati dukkhakaram. So he says that not seeing the footprints is giving us more distress. Because previously they said, oh, it is good that he has dropped her. Right? Na lakshante padanyatra tasyamuni padanik shobham kurvanti uchchai. So the footprints are not seen, so they felt happy. So he says, you are not really using your brain and just being happy that you don't see the footprints. He says, not seeing footprints is giving us more pain than when we saw the footprints. He says, this is more painful. Why? Because then he only went with her, now he has lifted her up. He says, what can be more painful than this? So asmat prananam adarshanam sambhavyati dyotyanta pratipaksha. So this pratipaksha is, it says, we did not feel so much pain when we saw the footprints of this gopi. Now we are feeling more pain because we don't see the footprints. And the reason for this is because our beloved Krishna is carrying her. So vadhumiti upnitena api krishnena vane atra sa vadhureva krita iti bhava. So the word used here for Radharani is vadhu. Imani adhik magnani padani vahato vadhum. So the word vadhu is used for bride. So she is not a bride, although people who believe that Radha and Krishna are married, they will be happy with this word. So he says, no, it's not. Vadhumiti upnitena api krishnena vaneta savadhureva krita iti bhava. So the marriage in Sanskrit is called vivaha. So vivaha means that you have to do vahan, you have to maintain, you have to take care of the wife. So Krishna is doing this. Vaha is, he is literally lifting her up. Vaha means to carry. So he is actually carrying. The same dhatu is used here in the sloka. He says, padani vahato vadhum. So the husband is supposed to carry the wife. So he is actually carrying physically. Therefore he is bharakranta. He is troubled by the weight. So he says, although he is not married to her, but it is just like marrying. Ateva bharakrantasya grhastha kalu kalatra bharakranta itastato brahmanti eva iti bhava. So he says it's just like married person. Once you married, then you have to maintain her. So now you have to run here and there, make money. So he is also running around with her. So therefore he is bharakranta. He is troubled by the burden of Radha. So burden is, one is actual weight burden, another is burden of taking care. So therefore he says he is bharakranta. Just like somebody who is married. Kaminaha na tu premina. Therefore he is a kami, he is a lusty person. He is not a premi. Premvati naam api asmakam tyagat. Why? Because we love him and he dropped us and he went with her. So why he went with her? Only because of lust. Otherwise what else is the need? Kama eva tam tam vahayed. It is only the lust which is making him carry her. He is so much obsessed that this is what is. So this is what lesson one has to learn, that people are troubled like this. You get married and then you have a burden in your arms. Right, Bhavaji? You have good experience? So yatha Vrajendra Kumaro hi ati sukumara kim gopalikaya vahano bhavediti bhava. He says our Vrajendra Kumar, our Krishna is very tender. And here this Radha, she is a Gopali. And they eat butter, they churn butter, they become strong, happy. Now he has to carry her. This poor guy. Whole day he is wandering in the forest, there is nothing to eat there. And they stay at home, right? Eating all the time. So he has become a carrier. Gopalikaya Vahana. He has become a carrier. Vehicle. Vahana means vehicle. It's like Garuda is the Vahana of Vishnu. Krishna is the Vahana of Radha. He has become Radha Vahana. Puna Sakhyahu Atra iti. then again they are speaking. Now this is the last line is not spoken by the Pratipakshis, but the ones who are in the Sapaksha. So atra avropita kanta pushpahetor mahatmana. Otherwise, previously they said Kami and now they are saying Mahatma. This didn't go together. So this is spoken by two different sets of gopis. So he says that he is a Mahatma. What does Mahatma means? He says he is the expert of the experts. He really knows how to have loving relationship. Yadva, or the other meaning is this. Now he is taking a very fantastic meaning. Maha and Atma. So Mahe here means to decorate, to ornament, to do what is called taking care of the hair. Combing, and if you go to the barber, he does so many things. You go to the called salon. Dressing, hair dressing. So he is hairdresser. That is the meaning of Mahatma. You see, Sanskrit you can twist the meaning in so many ways. So Mahatma here means hairdresser. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He said that prasadan. Prasadan means dressing, ornamenting, all this. Prasadhanotsavev atma manoyasya. He says, who is completely dedicated to hairdressing is Mahatma. Not just hairdressing, but like the beauty parlor. So he is a beautician. Mahatma here means beautician. That's what it means. Not just hairdresser, that is one part. So pushpa heto pushpartham avropita. So he has made her sit down here for the sake of flower. So what is the sake of flower? This is another interesting. This Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has very fantastic imagination. So he says, Ashoka vriksho ayam asya padasparsha prapya sadhya pushyati. So in poetics there are certain, what you call, standard beliefs. Like we know about the swan who can separate milk and water. There is no swan like that, but he can do. There is a chatak bird who only drinks the milk, water from the clouds. No. It's true in the poetry, in the poetic world. Okay, there are others like that. Chakva, Chakvi, Chakravaka. This get separated at night. And one of them is that, Ashoka tree. So have you seen Ashoka tree flowering?
No.
No. So it flowers only if a young unmarried girl kicks it. Then only the flowers come on Ashoka tree. This secret is known only if you study Sanskrit plays, otherwise you will never know it. If you study the Sanskrit Sahitya, then this secret is revealed by the poets. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that he put her down so that she could kick the Ashoka tree. And then Ashoka tree will flower, and then he will pick the flowers and decorate her. This is the meaning of Mahatma. That's why he is so expert. So that's what he's saying. Vriksho ayam asya padasparsham prapya sadhya pushyati. As soon as she touches the tree with her foot, immediately the flowers will pop out. And yathaham etat pushpairimam prasadheyam iti buddhya. Why he did this? Because then I will decorate her with these flowers. That's why he is Vidagdha Shiromani, as I said before. Ateva Mahatmana Mahabuddhimata. Therefore he is Mahatma, means he is highly intelligent, because Atma also means Buddhi. Atma also means effort. Atma has many meanings. Satra prashun avuchaya priyarthe prayasha krita prapadakramane te pashyata sakale pade. Then they are saying that, oh, this is the place where he has picked flowers for his beloved. Priyarthe prayasha krita. Why? Because we see his foot marks only of the front part. That he is trying to catch the flower which are beyond his reach. So he is going on his toes. Prapada. Prapada means on the toes. Prapada akramane ete pashyata sakale pade. So therefore we don't see the whole foot marked on the ground. These gopis are real detectives. They're making up the whole story just by from the footprints. They can write a play just by this. But all he did. So this is their statement. Atra ashok shakhayam prasuna nam avchaya ityate evatra pasunani nasanti. So you see, this ashok tree does not have any flowers. He says, why it does not have flower? Because Radharani kicked the tree, the flowers came and he picked them. That's how they otherwise there would have been flowers. So kinchit dur shakhaya hasta prapya puspavchanartham prapadabhyam akramanam shoni sanmardanam yataste pade ateva sakale sampurnaya stayor bhuvi chinna darshanat. And look here, the footprints are not fully seen, so we only see the front part. So he went on his toes to pick the flowers here, because the branch of the tree was higher. Could not reach just standing normally on the ground. So choni sanmardanam yata. So he has to press the foot on the ground and then get the flowers. So this is Krishna. There is a place here in Vrindavan, Sringar what? That's supposed to be the place where Krishna decorated Radha.
Just past Imlitala.
Yeah, after Imlitala. Okay. Any questions, Sandeep?
Actually, these Vipaksha gopis, when they are in the commentary, they're saying that he is loving them. So, in a way, it is conveying that we also love him, but he is not reciprocating our love. So, like in this world, we see that when the love is not reciprocated, people little wonky also, they do a lot of stuff which is not ethical also sometimes.
No, it is a good thought.
No, my point is that
It is good to think.
what is being conveyed here by this conversation?
I already explained that this is being explained how in love you think so minutely, that how observant they are. You live with your wife or whoever your partner, you don't observe anything. Most of the time you hardly pay attention to the other person's feelings, mind, needs, requirements. You are mainly absorbed in your own thoughts, in your own work, in your own, whatever, watch TV, emails. These days so many things to do. But you have no time for others. In the family, it is not just for your partner, but maybe your parents, your children. So here it is being depicted that in love, how you are focused on other person's needs. And It is not codependency, because codependent people can also be like that. It's not that. So it is to make us understand. The whole idea of this description, as I said from the very beginning, is to make us understand what is love, especially what is this Vraj Prema, Uttama Bhakti. That's what is being depicted here.
So
And
another
this-
question I just wanted to ask Ramji Maharaj is that what is the teaching for showing these three different sets of gopis, Paksha, Tatastha and Vipaksha?
That is Sahityik styles. That if you read Ujjwal Nilmani, then there are descriptions. Means Krishna has got so many types of people with whom he reciprocates. He's called Rasaraj. So he has got variety of devotees, that is the meaning. And among devotees, this is also a way of enjoying that there are two pakshas, and both are trying to get him. So how he keeps both satisfied, that is his expertise. This is a relishment of rasa. This is something higher. This is not so much for sadhakas. Raghava.
Obeisances, Pandit. The philosophy of this codependence thing does not convince me really, because
Philosophy of what?
The philosophy of this codependence thing in psychology, it doesn't convince me, because I feel that it's like pushing the idea that one can be not dependent. And I know by Siddhanta that nobody can be independent actually. So it's not possible to not be dependent on anyone.
Yeah, but that is not what codependent is.
Oh, I see. So what is it?
This is what you call a technical term.
But tries to say that you should not depend on others.
No, that's not the meaning of it. That's
no?
It's a technical term in Western psychology. It defines a particular character of a person. It's not just a normal word, codependent.
But trying to say like they should not depend, right? This is the thing.
No, that is not the meaning. That's what I'm saying. It is a technical word, just like you say narcissist, So narcissist is also a technical word in modern psychology. Like that, there is also, or borderline personality. So a codependence is also something like that.
Because the desire to depend on others.
Arey Baba, it is not that, that's fine. I understand your point. But
okay, thank you, Pandit.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Everybody is dependent.
Thank you, Pandit.
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
Okay, Shailas.
Babaji, a question about jealousy which gopis experience. So, as you were saying, it is obviously not of the nature of this material world.
Yeah.
So when they feel jealous, what do they think? What do they feel?
So you have to see from their point of view. The terminology is same as we use here in the material world. So here in the material world, is just simple. Here the terminology is that it is for me. I want to enjoy, but I cannot, and the other person is enjoying. There it is that she is giving enjoyment to him, but actually I want to serve. She is serving, I want to serve. And I can do better service than. So their jealousy is also, the focus is on Krishna and not on the self. It's a little hard to think like that, but it is there. Okay? All right.